Welcome back to Family Dynamics Revenge Stories, Daughter-in-Law's Triumph, in the bustling city of Mumbai, where the humid air carried the scent of street food and the relentless honking of auto rickshaws. Priya Sharma began her new life as a married woman. At 28, she was a software engineer with a sharp mind and a gentle heart, having grown up in a modest family in Delhi. Her marriage to Amit Mehta was arranged through mutual friends, and at first it seemed like a dream. Amit, 32, was a successful marketing executive, kind and attentive, with a smile that could light up the darkest room. But lurking in the shadows of their happiness was Amit's mother, Sunita Mehta, a widow in her late 50s who ruled the family home with an iron fist disguised as maternal concern. The Mehta household was a spacious apartment in Andheri, overlooking the chaotic streets below. Sunita had lived there alone since her husband's death 10 years ago, filling the void with gossip sessions with neighbors and an unyielding grip on her son's life. When Amit announced his intention to marry Priya, Sunita had feigned joy, but behind closed doors, her resentment simmered. "She's too modern," Sunita muttered to her sister on the phone. "From Delhi, no less. What does she know about our traditions?" Sunita saw Priya as a threat to her dominance, an intruder who would steal Amit's attention and perhaps even convince him to move out. The wedding was lavish, as per Sunita's insistence, but the cracks appeared soon after. Priya moved in with optimism, eager to build a bond with her mother-in-law. She cooked traditional Gujarati dishes like dokla and thepla, hoping to win Sunita over. But Sunita's criticisms were relentless. "This dal is too watery," she'd say, pushing the bowl away. "In my day, wives knew how to cook properly." Amit, caught in the middle, would laugh it off. "Ma, give her time. Priya's trying her best." As weeks turned to months, Sunita's tactics escalated from passive-aggressive jabs to calculated sabotage. It started subtly. Sunita would accidentally spill tea on Priya's work laptop, claiming clumsiness. "Oh dear, I'm so sorry. My hands aren't what they used to be." But Priya noticed the gleam in her eyes, the way Sunita watched her reaction. Then came the rumors. Sunita began whispering to relatives during family gatherings. "Priya doesn't respect elders. She argues with me all the time." Lies, of course, but they spread like wildfire in the extended family WhatsApp group. Priya felt the isolation creeping in. At work, she excelled, leading a team on a major app development project, but home became a battlefield. Amit, blinded by his love for his mother, dismissed Priya's concerns. "Ma's just adjusting, Priya. Be patient." But patience wore thin when Sunita tampered with Priya's medications. Priya had a mild thyroid condition and took daily pills. One morning, she felt dizzy after breakfast, only to discover her pills had been replaced with something else. Harmless vitamins, but the intent was clear: to make her seem unreliable, perhaps even unstable. That night, Priya confronted Amit in their bedroom, her voice trembling. "Your mother switched my medicines. This isn't an accident, Amit. She's trying to make me look crazy." Amit sighed, rubbing his temples. "Priya, Ma wouldn't do that. She's old school but not malicious. Maybe you misplaced them." Tears stung Priya's eyes. "You're choosing her over me. If this continues, our marriage won't survive." The argument ended in silence, but it planted a seed of doubt in Amit's mind. For Priya, it was a wake-up call. She couldn't rely on Amit to see the truth. She had to gather proof. The next day, she installed a small hidden camera in the kitchen, disguised as a clock. It was a risky move, but desperation fueled her. She also started documenting everything: screenshots of Sunita's manipulative texts to relatives, notes on incidents, even recording conversations on her phone when possible. Sunita, unaware of the surveillance, ramped up her efforts. She began interfering in Priya's career. One evening, while Priya was at a late meeting, Sunita called her boss, pretending to be a concerned family member. "Priya's not well," she said in a tearful voice. "She's been forgetting things, acting erratically. Maybe she needs time off." The boss, confused, mentioned it to Priya the next day, who brushed it off as a misunderstanding, but seethed inside. Then came the financial sabotage. Sunita had access to the joint family bank account, a tradition Amit insisted on. She started small transfers to her own account, framing them as household expenses, but exaggerated the amounts. When Priya noticed discrepancies in the statements, Sunita played innocent. "I must have miscalculated. Old age, you know." But Priya knew better. She photographed the statements and consulted a friend who was an accountant, confirming the irregularities. As months passed, Sunita's actions grew bolder. She spread a vicious rumor that Priya was having an affair, based on an innocent photo of Priya with a male colleague at a work event. "Look at her smiling like that," Sunita told Amit's aunt. "No decent wife behaves this way." The rumor reached Amit, who confronted Priya in anger. "Is there something you're not telling me?" Priya's heart broke. "It's a lie, Amit. Your mother is poisoning everyone against me." Their marriage teetered on the edge. Intimacy faded, replaced by cold silences. Priya lost weight, her once vibrant eyes dulled by stress. But she didn't break. Instead, she compiled her evidence: videos of Sunita tampering with food, lacing Priya's tea with laxatives to make her ill, audio recordings of Sunita bad-mouthing her to neighbors, bank records showing unauthorized transfers, and even emails from her boss confirming the strange call. The turning point came during Diwali. The family gathered for a grand celebration. Amit's aunts, uncles, cousins, all under one roof. Sunita, in her element, orchestrated the event, but Priya had a plan. She had invited a family lawyer discreetly, posing as a distant relative. As the evening progressed, Sunita couldn't resist a dig. During dinner, she announced loudly, "Priya's cooking is improving, but it's still not like a real homemaker's. Maybe she spends too much time at work." The room chuckled awkwardly. Priya smiled calmly. "Actually, Sunita ji, I have something to share with everyone." She connected her phone to the TV, projecting a slideshow of evidence. First, the video: Sunita switching pills, smirking to herself. Gasps echoed. Then the audio: "That girl is ruining my son. I need to get rid of her." Amit's face paled. "These are bank statements," Priya continued, her voice steady. "Over 2 lakhs transferred without my knowledge. And this call to my boss, recorded by the office line." Sunita jumped up. "Lies! She's fabricated this." But the lawyer stepped forward. "I've reviewed the evidence. This constitutes harassment and financial fraud. Legal action can be taken." The family erupted in shock. Amit's aunt, who had believed the rumors, turned to Sunita. "How could you? Priya's been nothing but kind." Amit stared at his mother, betrayal in his eyes. "Ma, is this true?" Sunita broke down, confessing in sobs. "I was scared of losing you. She's changing everything." The family voted. Sunita had to leave. Amit, heartbroken but resolute, arranged for her to move to a relative's home in Pune. "You need help, Ma. This can't continue." As Sunita packed, she glared at Priya. "You'll regret this." But Priya stood tall. "No, I won't. You've ruined enough." Months later, the apartment felt lighter. Amit and Priya rebuilt their marriage through counseling. Priya got promoted, and they started planning a family. Sunita, isolated in Pune, reflected on her actions. But the damage was done. Priya's triumph wasn't just revenge, it was reclaiming her life. In the end, family wasn't about blood. It was about respect and love. Thank you for watching.